Here are 5 simple reasons why you should play 9-bit Armies a bit too far, which not only plays like your old school 90s real-time strategy game with base building and unit combat on land, at sea and in the air, but also looks like it thanks to the choice of voxel art style. 9-bit Armies is out now on Steam in early access after a lot of playtesting by developers at Petroglyph Games and handpicked fans, and the first and foremost reason why you should play it is its fully fledged retro-style RTS campaign. It is made up of 12 missions, but with a modern twist of leveling up your faction as you progress through it, unlocking new units, buildings and veterancy upgrades. One more modern addition is the possibility of playing the entire campaign with a friend in co-op, who takes over the friendly AI which otherwise shows up in every mission. Now, it might sound strange that my first reason to play this game is just the mere fact that it does have a campaign, but as the RTS genre has been living on indie games for a good long while now, and they almost never have a full custom-made campaign, this ends up being a major plus for 9-bit Armies. Shows you just how low this genre has fallen and how far it has to dig itself up. But that is a discussion for another time and another video, so let's get back to the main topic of this one. If you're new to the franchise, which started with 8-bit Armies back in 2016 and fear you might not be up to speed on how to play this game, don't worry, as the developers have made this game easy to learn but still a challenge to master. There is a tutorial and an even better one in the making, while the first missions of the campaign will also teach you one bit of gameplay at a time, while you can always check out the detailed in-game manual accessible by clicking on the icon in the top left corner. The second reason why I recommend playing 9-bit Armies a bit too far are the new features the developers have added compared to the previous game. Megastructures are the coolest new feature in my book, as they give very nice boost to you on the battlefield when you build 4 of the same buildings next to each other and they morph into a, well, mega version. You can do this with a power plant, radar or turrets, but when you construct multiple unit recruitment buildings, these instead let you just produce units faster from the original building. The list of new features goes on with different super weapons, because who can play an old school RTS without them? A mobile mini HQ to expand your building radius, bridges which can be destroyed, but not forever, as well as the new more advanced AI with custom options like what kinds of units it should build more of, or should it be more or less aggressive. Cherry on top is a new soundtrack from none other than Frank Klepacki, the king of RTS soundtracks himself. As for my third reason to play, that would be the 2 fully fleshed out and asymmetrical factions of Overlords and Sentinels. I played a number of matches with both and liked them equally, while in the campaign you can only play as the Overlords, with a second campaign for Sentinels on the developers' to-do list. They each have their own style of combat, units which do the same tasks but in different ways, and are visually represented in the way that reflects their opposing ideologies and tactics. Naturally, they use different kinds of super weapons, with the Sentinels firing the orbital cannon as a mighty laser from space, while the Overlords use the more old-school nuclear option. The fourth reason to play 9-bit Armies is something I see you RTS fans request from developers all the time: Naval Warfare. And here Petroglyph's developers have delivered, with both factions having unique types of naval units to fight on almost every map. There are gunboats, submarines, missile ships and more, each showing you in the build menu which enemy unit it is best suited to fight against. You can also transport your units inside unarmed ships and land them at your enemy's back door. Since most maps feature islands and archipelagos, you will enjoy lots of naval combat. My fifth and final reason for recommending this game to you are the many game modes, besides just the campaign, along with the modding support, which will allow you as players to create not just new maps, but also entire new game modes and unique units, and then to share all of these creations with everyone else using the Steam's workshop. As for the official game modes, besides the campaign, there is the skirmish versus AI locally or online, so PvE, as well as regular PvP in many forms. You have the custom lobbies, both public and private, online matchmaking for those of you who are of the competitive nature, and lastly the challenge mode. This one is special because you get a predefined custom challenge set up by developers, and it is only online during a certain amount of time, during which you can beat each other's records on the worldwide leaderboard. I hope you will give the game a chance and end up enjoying it, and if you don't, here are more new and upcoming RTS games you can check out on my channel. Thank you for watching and happy gaming!